else. All right, so we'll do the mission vision thing first. I had to make sure I knew where it was. Man, that guy's got some hair. Wish I had that hair. All right, everybody ready? Ready? Al, you good? All right, we'll hereby call the meeting for the Goose Creek CISD Board of Trustees to order.
Better turn your microphone on.
It's on.
Oh.
Is it any better? All right, we're good. Okay. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:35. Was the meeting properly posted?
Yes.
And do we have a quorum present?
Yes.
All right. State for the record, we have 6 members present, 1 absent. Before we begin, we go over our mission, vision, and core values. Usually we have them posted on the wall, but due to our guest here tonight, we will forego that, so I'll read them to us. Our mission is developing the whole child. Goose Creek CISD develops and enhances each learner's intellectual, social, and emotional well-being, facilitated by a highly qualified team committed to growth, community, collaboration, innovation, success, and determination. Our vision is we empower every student with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed in a global community. Our core values are graduate every child, children first in a safe and nurturing educational environment, collaborative community and parental involvement, integrity, respect, humility, and transparency, service before self, diversity respected. Okay, our opening exercises. We'll turn the time over to Dr. Duarte.
President Poppy, school board members, Mr. O'Brien, Dr. O'Brien, the opening exercise for the December 3rd, 2018 board meeting will be presented by students from Gentry Junior School. We will begin the opening ceremonies with the prayer led by Jessica Woods. Everyone, please rise.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for your guidance and your wisdom. Please bless this meeting and all those present. Be with those who could not be here tonight and give them strength and comfort. Give us the strength and courage and direction to make decisions and face the challenges before us. Place your mantle of protection over this community and our district and our students. Come into our hearts and minds so that we may better serve your will. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
The pledges will be led by Corinna Levy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
You may be seated. The band and orchestra students will perform Silent Night and Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Leaflets have been handed out for a sing-along. With us tonight are Ella Moore, flute, Viviana Salgado, flute, Carice Gray, clarinet, Ashton Cabrera, clarinet, Corinna Levy, bassoon, Brasia Mosley, alto saxophone, Matthew Lewis, percussion, Sydney Dotto, violin, Andrea Perez, violin, Jordan Phillip, viola, Emily Campbell, cello, and Jonathan Orozco, cello. The students are under the direction of Lester Zeb Moore, band director, and Christina Mariano, orchestra director. And with us tonight is Kathy Holland, the principal of Gentry Junior School.
Got a rehearsal going on at Gentry. She's got 150 kids getting ready for their concert this week, and so she couldn't make it tonight and asked me, hey, can you take care of them? And I said, yep, because these are some fantastic kids and they're a lot of fun to play with. Thank you to Mr. Barron, assistant band director over there, and Mr. Mariano is right here. That's Christina's husband. Came to fill in to make sure all this could happen too on the orchestra end. So thank you. Anyway. Silent Night. Now, we're going to give you just a couple of measures of introduction, like you're singing it out of the Cokesbury. Okay? All right, here we go. Okay, y'all gotta sing louder. How many of y'all stand up? Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, stand up. You gotta belt it out here. This song is Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I don't know how many of them are named heralds, but I think it's a lot of them, and they sing real loud. Okay, here we go. Ready?
If you are a parent of one of these students, if you would please stand. We'd like to appreciate you for all the hard work you do in support of your students.
Parent?
Or are you on the back already? Thank you. That was beautiful. I wish our voices were as good as your musical abilities, but we gave it our best, right?
These kids are fantastic. We got one of the best leaders I've ever worked for. Miss Holland is back here, and she supports us and is fantastic. Oh, and there's Miss Putnam, too. And they really, really give us everything we need to make this happen. They're just fantastic leadership there. Thank you.
It was great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you.
Attendance is an important factor for our district, not only for funding from the state, but for the benefit of students to receive instruction. Each 6 weeks, an attendance report is generated to identify the attendance percentage for each campus. Campuses that meet the district attendance goal or have achieved the highest attendance are recognized. We have 3 elementary campuses that we will be recognizing for the second 6 weeks. Our top elementary is Victoria Walker Elementary with a 97.16% attendance, and representing Victoria Walker are Joshua Teresa, kindergarten student, Lance Vaughn, kindergarten, Jocelyn Rojas, second grade, Vihan Singh, second grade, Kaylin Rojas, third grade, Kiati Singh, fifth grade, kinder teacher Ms. Broussard, and principal Monica Juarez. Our second highest elementary school is Stephen F. Austin Elementary with 96.77%. Here today are Chase Clements, kindergarten, Jacob Clements, kindergarten, Evie Davis, first grade, Jacob Bouillon, third grade, Claire Bouillon, fifth grade, and their principal, Michelle Duhan. Our third elementary is Crockett Elementary School with 96.74%. Here representing Crockett are Lauren Ramshatan, first grade student, Brian Farias, second grade, Michael Roth, third grade, Jacob Canton, fourth grade, Annabelle Simmons, fifth grade, and we have some teachers with perfect attendance. Joanne Fenley, fourth grade teacher, and Thelma Schultz, third grade teacher, and their principal, Michelle James. Our top junior school is Baytown Junior School with 96.5% attendance. Here to receive their recognition includes their attendance clerk who had perfect attendance, Marcy Cavazos. We also have Jonathan Blackman. He is a teacher with perfect attendance. And we have Ever Arguello and Avery Kerr, both students with perfect attendance, and their principal, Matt Bollinger. Our top high school is Goose Creek Memorial High School with 94.88% attendance. And here from GCM are Naria and Ciso, attendance clerk, Stephen Toledo, 12th grade student, and Bradley Bouillon, 9th grade student, with their principal, Susan Jackson. The following students have received recognition for their nomination to the 2018 American Legion Bluebonnet Girls State. Bluebonnet Girls State provides participants the opportunity to experience government at all levels. Females in their junior year of high school are nominated by their school faculty and then interviewed and selected by representatives of the American Legion. These students are under the direction of Commander David Nickerson and Shirley Dyer of the American Legion Auxiliary, and I'm going to ask them to come up as we recognize our students. I don't believe the students here, but from Goose Creek Memorial High School, we had Shalay Yadav. From Ross S. Sterling High School, we have Priscilla Garcia and Elizabeth Newport. Come on up. Priscilla, keep going. Mm-hmm. And from Robert E. Lee High School, we have Hannah Christensen and Grace Rocha. And with them is their counselor, Nancy Rodriguez. Okay. The following students have received recognition for their nomination to the 2018 American Legion Boys State. The American Legion Boys State provides participants the opportunity to also experience government at all levels, and males in their junior year of high school are nominated by their school faculty and then interviewed and selected by representatives of the American Legion. With Goose Creek Memorial High School, we have Soham Datar. Yes. From Rosas Sterling High School, we have Nicholas Herrera, Kavish Pipalia, and their counselor, Laura Hernandez. And from Robert E. Lee High School, we have Anthony Malingas and Pasi Cantu. With their counselor, Nancy Rodriguez.
So, y'all, I'm gonna shoot from over here. Yeah, everybody ready?
You good?
Yeah. I guess let's switch running. Guys. And do y'all want to just and you can just step right there at the end. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Go. No, you're good. All right. Ready, guys? Okay. Come up just a little bit. Everybody look at me first. I will get out of there. Okay, ready? Two. Moving. Oh my God. My face hurts. Okay.
Oh, that was silly.
Yeah, we're just like this.
Great job, ladies.
All right, the next item on our agenda is item number 4, a consideration of approval to adopt a resolution to consider the designation as a district of innovation.
Administration will be hosting a hearing immediately following this vote. We recommend the approval to adopt the resolution to consider the District of Innovation so that a committee can begin its work to bring back to the Board of Trustees in the future.
I move that we approve the resolution to consider the designation as District of Innovation.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Richard, a second by Ms. Woods. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. I got it. Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, so motion passes 5 in the affirmative, 0 nays, 1 abstain.
This time I'd like to call Dr. Duarte to talk a little bit about the District of Innovation and the plans to get the Instructional Leadership Committee together. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, just item number 5, we will open the public hearing.
So the District of Innovation was passed by the 84th legislative session in House Bill 1842. And what this does is it provides school districts flexibilities that have been available to Texas open enrollment charter schools. There is a timeline that we would have to follow as a district, and the first step was to adopt a resolution by the Board of Trustees. Then we would have to hold a public hearing as soon as possible after that resolution is adopted. At the conclusion of the public hearing, our Board of Trustees may appoint an innovation plan committee to develop a local innovation plan in accordance with the Texas Education Code. The Board of Trustees may not vote on adoption of a proposed local plan unless the final version has been posted on the district's website for at least 30 days. The Board of Trustees would then notify the Commissioner of Education of the board's intention to vote on adoption of the plan, and then the district level committee has to hold a public meeting to consider the final version of the plan and has approved the plan by a majority vote of committee members. And then the Board of Trustees may adopt the local innovation plan by an affirmative vote of 2/3 of the membership of the board. The potential benefits of becoming a district of innovation is that it provides additional local controls so the district can decide which flexibilities best suit their local needs. We get to customize an innovation plan. We could look at high school, we could look at grade levels, we could look at a campus, or we could look at the entire district. Districts must submit the District of Innovation plan to the Commissioner of Education, but approval is not required by him. And then some of the flexibilities that charter schools already receive could include exemptions from mandates such as when we start school, 90% attendance rule, class size ratios, site-based decision-making processes, student discipline provisions, use of planning and preparation periods, and teacher appraisal requirements. Allowable exemptions could include educator certification, teacher contracts, first and last day of school, length of the school day, class sizes, designation of a campus behavior coordinator, or certain purchasing and contract requirements. What a District of Innovation does not allow is for us to eliminate any of these mandates, electing a board of trustees or PEMS data, criminal history records, providing bilingual education or special education or pre-K. So there are things that even being a DOI, we would not be able to remove within the district. In order to adopt an innovation plan, the board would first appoint an innovation plan committee to write the plan. And this would provide for a comprehensive educational program for the district, and the program may include innovative curriculum, modifications to the school day or the school year, provisions regarding the district budget and sustainable program funding. We can look at accountability and assessment measures that exceed the required state testing, or any other innovations prescribed by the Board of Trustees, and identifies requirements imposed by this code that inhibit the goals of the plan. So the board has two choices. They can decline to pursue the designation of the district as an innovation, or they could appoint an innovation plan committee to develop a local innovation plan in accordance with the Texas Education Code. That walks you through the District of Innovation. I don't know if any community members have any questions or comments at this point, or any of the board members.
Just a reminder, this is a public hearing, so if there's anybody in the community that has any questions, any board members have any questions?
How many, is it a thick booklet, a little bit thick? Because I like to get a copy.
Of the,
The plan?
Yeah.
Okay. They haven't done the plan yet. Right now, we're deciding if we're gonna.
This slide.
presentation.
Oh.
That's,
Yes, sir.
All right. No comments from the public or any questions from the board? Oh, go ahead, sorry. Right now, go ahead.
It's a district.
So what we would do is we would form a committee, and that committee would identify what provisions they might be interested in. Like, we don't want to start school the fourth Monday of the month. We want to start school 2 weeks earlier, like all the surrounding districts. That would be for the entire district. We might have to look at a certification at a secondary level that might be specific to only high schools. But not until they develop the plan, get feedback, would they know specifically what that's going to impact.
Tonight's action is not an adoption of a plan. It's permission to proceed and investigate whether or not the plan would be good for our district.
All right, any other questions? All right, well,
So with no further questions, administration does recommend consideration of approval to appoint an innovation plan committee within the Instructional Leadership Council, the ILC, to develop a local innovation plan in accordance with the TEC.
I would so move that the district would form such a committee.
a second. Okay, we hold on to that thought. Okay.
You
We
never
closed the
take my
public hearing,
motions.
okay? Public hearing is now closed. Now, we have a motion by Ms. Woods and a second by Mr. Ben Poppy. Is that correct?
I know better than to speak up.
I got you. All right, do we have any further discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second on the table. All in favor, say aye. Or raise your hand, so everyone. All right, the motion passes 6-0. All right, next item on our agenda is item number 7, citizens participation. Do we have anyone that signed up? Okay. Our next item on our agenda is item number 8, discussion items. We have superintendent reports.
All right, for our superintendent's report this evening, as part of the administration's desire to have an efficient operation system, our first presentation will be from the operation department, looking at telemedicine to improve employee health care and / employee attendance. Ms. Stephanie will be presenting. I didn't know if you were bringing a team.
Is it already up? It's supposed to be on.
Here we go.
We got it, man.
Okay, good evening. My name is Stephanie Myers, and I'm the benefits coordinator for our district. And so I'm going to go over a plan that we are looking at for our district. About 2 years ago, we started looking at our benefits plans to see what plans we had and were they creating value for our employees. And some of the complaints that we received from some of our employees is that our medical insurance was too costly, and some of those things we don't have any control over. So we started looking at benefits that we could provide to employees to kind of help balance those costs. So one of the things that we looked at is a product called Care Extend. And Care Extend is actually a virtual access for licensed physicians to treat employees. So it's kind of like Teladoc that also offers a single exam staffed by what they call a care concierge. So you have a room that has an actual medical assistant that will look at employees, access them, and then connect to a doctor virtually.
Press that button.
Press it.
So the green light.
There you go.
Now it's on. It's a microphone.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm sorry. So it's a level of services provided to employees where they can actually go see somebody and be seen and treated. And it provides organized appointments designed to treat employees on-site in a minimal time with a convenient scheduling app. So the purpose is, as I mentioned before, to balance medical costs for our employees, to provide quality medical care at no cost to employees, creates value for our district. It's a retention tool and also a recruiting tool. The level of services that are provided for our employees would be primary acute illnesses for cold, flu, streps, urinary tract infections, on-site testing, blood draws, and urinalysis, minor injury that does not require x-ray, on-site medication, flu shots, and then biometric screenings and testing. The hours of operation, right now we're looking at doing something maybe 3 days a week for our employees, possibly like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and have flexible hours for like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 12 to 8 p.m. The cost would be free to all of our district employees. There's no charge for the appointments, no charge for testing, and no charge for on-site medications. Any questions?
I have a question. Any idea where it would be?
So right now we're looking at a central location. We have kind of serviced a few of our locations to see what would work best. We don't actually need a very big space to house this. We only need something that is probably no bigger than like a classroom closet. So there's a facility that can come in and put down exam equipment and all of the things that you need. So we're looking for something centrally located in the district.
Second question I have is regarding hours. I know you put 11 to 7, 12 to 8, but our employees, especially if somebody goes to work a little ill, is there any way y'all can maybe look at those so it'll be a little bit more convenient for our teachers that in our administration they get off a little bit later?
So that was part of the reason why we set those hours is our latest school gets out at 4:40. And so that provides time for them to be able to be seen after hours. And then also before school, if somebody needs to come, I think 9 o'clock is the latest that they come in. So we could look at the flexibility of the hours to see if maybe a few days we could do early in the morning to service some of those employees, like for the junior highs, they don't go until 9.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some flexibility, yes.
Okay, Thank you.
I know Stephanie's desire was to have a brief presentation this evening, move on to celebrate our students, but one of the neat aspects of this program was that to reduce appointment time. You go to a regular doctor, it could be half a day, and many of our employees were taking a half day, even a full day sometimes. This is you didn't go into the app part of this, but you can actually schedule a time where you can be there in your conference period and be gone in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So it's designed for expediency also. And we're just considering this as one possibility to bring about greater efficiency for our employees who miss work for sickness and illness.
I think it's a great idea.
On medication, are you just talking about simple, like for colds and things of that nature?
Yes, it would be like a steroid shot, nothing narcotic. So it would
Okay.
just be for simple treatment of allergies or anything of that nature.
Okay.
But it's just like any other app on your phone. You just click it, pick the day you want, the time you want, click, and that's when your appointment is.
Are these certified physicians or just medical assistants that
Yes.
run this clinic?
So the actual person that's in the room is a medical assistant, and they actually connect via web to a certified medical doctor,
Similar to Teladoc?
similar to Teladoc.
Okay. And it's for employees only, not families, not extended family or anything?
Right now, we're just looking for
Employees
employees only.
I had one other question. The appointment thing is just not walk-in. It's not walk-in. It's got to be by appointment only?
No, they actually do have the availability on the app that they can actually schedule something as a walk-in.
Are there any other districts that we know or any other businesses that we know of that use a system like this
No.
for their employees? No?
No.
And where are they located?
Care Extend is actually located within the district, so it's something you could set up. It's a product that you can set up within the district.
Ms. Myers, he was asking if there's other schools that are using the product
Right.
now that would be example
Or any
schools for
companies?
us.
None at all?
No, there is a provider that is using a similar service, but it's actually as an urgent care facility, not as a Care Extend as a medical clinic. And it's through Katy ISD and I believe Cypher ISD.
Those are the two I was
We
thinking.
have a wellness clinic in Pasadena that's employees. It's pretty good. So I think this is a great idea.
There's no action on this item tonight. It's just to bring it to you as information only and for your consideration for future consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Myers. Now, I think the reason, Superintendent's Report number 2 is the reason why these students are here tonight. We think we have a celebration of sorts. We recently hosted a national convention here at Goose Creek CISD. I'm going to bring up Ms. Dillon. I'm going to turn it over to you, Ms. Dillon. Take it.
And I'm going to start before she does.
Okay.
And I won't take much of their time. I do want to say we had students at each of our high school campuses presenting to individuals all over the United States. I know in the group I was in, there was only one person from Texas, and they did an amazing job. Those kids were articulate. At the conference, all we heard about was how amazing Goose Creek students were, and so we are so proud of what they did. And they're not coming up? Yeah. Come on.
I don't think every single state was represented, but it was a national conference in which we hosted over 150 people. She's going to go into, but one person from Hawaii was here also.
Yes,
So that was
well, quite a few from Hawaii were actually there. All right, so our career academies, as you know, we have 7 career academies in our school district right now. And what we brought are some students from representing each of those academies to tell you a little bit more about that experience. But as a little bit of background, we've partnered with the National Career Academy Coalition to make sure that as we are implementing the career academies that we are following best practice. And so with this company or this organization, they are not based on selling curriculum or anything else. It's just they pull together everyone to say these are our best practices. And in your folder, there is a list that gives you a little more detail about the best practices. But primarily, they really emphasize the need to integrate career information into the academic classes and engage our businesses and communities in the academic and career classes in order to have students more engaged. So we've worked with the National Career Academy Coalition for about 5 years, but this year, instead of going to their annual conference as a learner, we went as leaders instead. And so we did that. We had our color guard from Lee High School go in and do the presentation of colors at the opening session. And then we had these great students and a lot more who are in the audience who helped conduct the student tour, the tours of the conference attendees, and some of them did business panels. We had community members come in and serve on discussion panels, and a lot of our teachers. As soon as I got to the conference, all I could hear were rave reviews on what an amazing job these students did. And so we wanted to make sure they had that opportunity to let you know the information that they shared with the national participants. So we're going to start with, we have a student from each of the career academies, or multiple students. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then each will tell you a little bit about what they got to do. So we'll start with the Goose Creek Memorial Global Business Academy.
Hi, I'm Brisa Booker. I'm a senior at Goose Creek Memorial. I am a part of the Global Business Academy. The reason I wanted to join this academy was because from a young age, I knew I wanted to be in the business field, whether that be entrepreneurship, management, or just being an accountant. I did want to be in the business field, and this academy has really informed me about the different careers that are taken in the business field. Along with that, I want to talk about the Global Business Academy achievements and enrichments. We are part of the MBA research program. We are the first school in Texas to be a part of this program. We are giving incoming ninth graders rigorous classes to be a part of, which is preparing them for college and high school years, along the years. Along with that, we have internships that we do in our business practicum classes. We have an internship with Chevron Phillips, an internship with Beacon Federal Credit Union, and the internship with Walgreens. I am actually the intern with Chevron Phillips currently. They are teaching me different skills that I can take in my future career and preparing me for whatever career I want to take in the future. Along with that, we have 2 events coming up, which is one being Women in the Business Forum. We take women from all over the Houston area, their CEOs, their managers, and also entrepreneurs, and they talk to the female participants at our school. Along with that, we have the Business Leader Forum, where this is the time where we're celebrating the 100th-year anniversary of GCISD. And if you guys know anybody, talk to us. We can also bring in those alumni. We are also doing the Capstone Projects, which is our Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy, and also our Patriot One-Stop Donation Center, which we partner up with IKEA. This is our Do Good December project, where we are showing and demonstrating what we can do as a program. Along with that, we've had teacher and student job shadowing and the Summer Bridge program, which prepares ninth graders for college. And here are some pictures of the Business Academy and the demographics. Along with that, we did have the tour, which I was a part of, which was a very eye-opening experience. We just different schools, districts from around the nation. Just seeing what we have and what the other districts don't is really just an eye-opening experience. And it just shows our accomplishments that we've done as an academy alone. Any questions? No?
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
And we have our Health Science Academy at Sterling High School.
So I'm Logan Ruddles. I'm from the Health Science Academy at Sterling. I'm a junior. So I chose to be in the academy because most of my family is or was in the medical field at one time, and I've always wanted to follow their footsteps and go in the medical field also. I want to work in the NICU at San Jacinto and Baytown. So being in the academy gears my classes more towards what I want to be when I grow up, and it also looks good on college applications when it comes time for that. So my experience in the academy, it's been very interesting over the years, but overall it's been great. I've had a very diverse selection of teachers, but all of my academy teachers have been very helpful, and I've learned a lot from them. They've been very impactful not only with school-related things, but in life lessons also. Some of the benefits of the academy, the experiences in class with medical terminology and seeing healthcare professionals in action, working in various fields of the healthcare profession, helps me keep my focus to continue to reach my goal and my driven path into nursing. It gives you a better chance at the CNA, which is Certified Nursing Assistant, CMA, Certified Medical Assistant, or CPT, Certified Pharmacy Tech, at the end of my senior year. It has also helped me narrow my options to better decide on what certification class to take. It has prepared me for college courses that I will have to take better and more than regular classes have in the past, and it exposes me to more options in the healthcare field rather than just focusing on one. The tour opened my eyes to see how many people from all over the United States are interested in starting a health science academy. I was very surprised and felt very honored to see such a diverse community willing to learn about Sterling High School's academy specifically. I felt very fortunate to see all the things that we have that they don't at their schools. And I had the privilege to speak to and inform these people of the great benefits of Sterling Health Science Academy.
We have our STEM Academy at Lee High School, and we have 3 students who are going to talk to you a little bit about that.
Hi, my name is Anthony Mendiguez. I'm one of the 3 seniors here representing Lee High School STEM Academy. So the day of the tour at Lee High School was profoundly amazing. I had the chance to tour a group of the STEM teachers visiting Lee High School, and I also had the privilege to be the STEM student panel facilitator. So I had the chance to control the flow of the questions from the STEM teachers, and through that panel I had the chance to reflect on my time in the STEM Academy and how I chose a career in medicine, and despite being in the STEM Academy. So through my membership in the robotics team, I had the chance to visit NASA many times, and through those visitations I had the chance to find out about their BEAST program, BEST, standing for Biomedical Engineering, Exploration of Space Technology, and just seeing the integration of medicine and engineering and how the two are not diametrically different but actually work together in a lot of ways. That was very interesting to see, and in the end of that experience I had chosen a career in medicine, which I had the chance to reflect to them, and we had a lot of teachers from all over the nation, and even being of Polynesian descent, it was amazing to meet people from Hawaii, and I got to meet some of my people from there, so that was amazing. I got to meet 4 teachers from Hawaii, and 3 of them are of Polynesian descent, just like me, and that was great. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Giselle Huerta, and through the STEM Academy and through this conference, I was able to enforce my want to enter the engineering field. For the longest time, I have wanted to enter this field. The science, the math, it all interests me so much. And as a young girl, wanting to enter the field, it has really impacted me being in STEM Academy, where I have been able to meet new, through the STEM Academy and Corvestro, I have been able to meet other women in the engineering field that have pushed me to want more and to pursue this field. At this panel, I was able to share my want to pursue civil engineering at UT, and I was able to obtain a possible internship at a civil engineering field here in Houston, and it was just very eye-opening and helpful and beneficial. I am really thankful to having this opportunity. I'm lost of words. I'm sorry. It was just very eye-opening. Thank you.
My name is Masi Cantu. I go to Lee High School. I'm a senior, and I had the privilege of being in this conference. It was really an eye-opening experience to see how much focus there is nationally on academies and specialized education. And one of my favorite parts of the presentation, well, Mr. O'Brien was there, and he was presenting, and Dr. Farnsworth were also presenting about how Lee High School, even though we have some of the worst poverty in the district, and as we have all these challenges, and we're an at-risk school, that we have one of the best STEM academies in the nation. We are a model STEM academy for the state of Texas. And I thought that was really interesting to learn about that and to share that with the people of the entire nation. So yeah, I was a part of the panel, and I had an interesting experience sharing my experiences in STEM academy. You know, I really don't have a set career path. I like to go into some math or business field, but the STEM Academy has given me a lot of skills and tools that I can use for any career. I've learned things like leadership in all my classes, all my English classes, and my math classes. I've had group projects where I had to collaborate with people, and these are intangible skills that will help me in any single career path I want to go to. So just by being in the STEM Academy, it wasn't so much as about the STEM education, which I did receive. I received heavy STEM education, but I also received intangibles such as public speaking, collaboration, teamwork, leadership, and all these things that will help me along in my career path. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Armando Garcia. I'm from Stewart Career Tech High School. I chose to be in this high school apart from regular high school, mainly because of the reason that, you know, having sports and all that is cool, you know, after school extracurricular activities, sure we have that here, but, you know, all the sports and stuff, your friends and all that, they're not going to take care of you after, you know, high school. They're not going to pay your bills. So I wanted to have that mindset that, you know, I could, you know, after high school I had something that I was able to do. So for me to come here was a no-brainer for me. I mean, I didn't want to have to rely on my mom and dad, you know, the whole time before I went to college. So it was really, really a good opportunity for me to come here and learn, especially from the teachers. Since we're such a small campus, it's a real tight-knit group of people that you work with. And all these teachers, they don't want to just teach you and move on. They actually want to, you know, help you find a job, help you here and there when you need it. You know, they're actually real attentive, and I'm grateful for that. And the tours, we had a great time during the tours, or at least I did. I met lots of people, like a lot of people that were from all parts of the country. It was real eye-opening for me to, you know, have them come in and be oohing and ahhing that, you know, they don't have this stuff where they're from, or, you know, they don't have the technology that we have. Me personally, I'm from the Welding and Manufacturing Academy. So for me, knowing that, you know, we have the best equipment that we can possibly have, it was real eye-opening for me. You know, that we're not below grade that we should be. It was real, what I'm trying to say is it was pretty awesome that, you know, we have the stuff that we have. Because not a lot of people have it. So, thank you.
So at your places, you have a copy. This is a folder that was given to all the participants. The only difference is it has information on all of the schools rather than just the one site that was being visited. So that gives you the same information those who came were able to see. We had a lot more students. These were a sample, but when the groups, we had 50 to 55 participants at every site. It was a full charter bus that came in and brought them in. So we have a lot of students and we have a lot of teachers out in the audience who also help lead these tours. And so I'd like for them to stand up so that you can see who all are here who did participate. And our principals and the CTE specialists for each of those programs worked really hard. You can tell the teachers, it was amazing. That's all I can say, to sit there and listen to a lot of even the sophomores at Stewart who just, the way they could just talk about the benefits of their programs, answering questions. It wasn't just a prepared speech. There were a lot of questions and answers, and these kids really rose to their that challenge. And so, like I said, we were just extremely proud of them.
Executive cabinet also was a part of the tours, our team, and that's what we came back. All we could do was rave about the kids. I mean, the teachers in the room were wonderful, spectacular, the specialists, but the kids and the knowledge that they presented to our community abroad across our nation was extremely impressive. Each and every one of you, thank you for what you did in representing Goose Creek Academies. Thank you. Turn it off. I've done that. Yeah, okay. All right, our next item on our agenda is item number 9, approval of minutes.
Move for approval.
Second the motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Augustine Laredo. We have a second by Ms. Jessica Woods. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, motion passes 6-0. Next item, number 9, consideration of consent agenda. Sorry.
All right.
Number 10.
Our action items consent agenda. Number 1, fiscal year 2017-18 Goose Creek CISD Money Purchase Pension Plan and Trust Audit Report. Administration recommends approval of number 2, Imagine Learning Software Licenses. Number 3, nominees for Instructional Materials Adoption Committee for English Language Arts and Readings, grades K through 8, Spanish Language Arts and Reading, grades K through 6, Spelling, English and Spanish, grades 1 through 6, Handwriting, English and Spanish, grades K through 5, English Language Learners English Learners Language Arts, grades 7 through 8. Number 4, contract and facility use agreement for rental of the Fertitta Center for Ross S. Sterling, Goose Creek Memorial, and Robert E. Lee graduation ceremonies to be held on June 1st, 2019. Number 5, award of CSP for athletic supplies, equipment, sporting goods, and related items. Number 6, award for CSP for awards, trophies, plaques, and related items. Number 7, third option to extend CSP for maintenance and building supplies. Number 8, GCCISD strategic plan. Number 9, proposed AIA document A133-2009, guaranteed maximum price GMP amendment as submitted by Bartlett Cock General Contractors LLC for additions and renovations at Stewart Career Center and Kilgore Building repurpose. Package 3, Phase 2, and associated project costs. Number 10, CSP evaluation rankings and selection of delegate authority to the superintendent or designee to negotiate the contract and all amendments with Patriot Contracting LLC or subsequently ranked contractors for the renovations of the Green Center. Number 11, purchase of Houston Methodist Hospital San Jacinto Alexander campus. Number 12, budget amendments.
Do we have any discussion? Or any items pulled?
I was wondering if we could pull item 11 since it's a land acquisition and possibly consider this after a closed session.
Yes, sir. Be glad to.
I'd like to pull number 4.
Number 4, 11. Here we request for item number 4 and item number 11 to be pulled. Any other items?
I do have a question for my absent neighbor. He asked me to bring it up. It doesn't need to be pulled from the agenda, but it's just a clarification item before we move on the.
Yes, sir.
We don't do it now? Okay. It's regarding number 2, and he asked me to ask Dr. Duarte. Okay. The question is, what is the difference between Imagine Learning and Waterford? And Waterford we've purchased for pre-K, K through 2. What's the purpose of Imagine Learning? Is it 3 and above?
So Imagine Learning has a focus on your English learners.
Okay.
And so it works with them in transitioning from Spanish to English. And so that would be the difference. We do use it for our newcomers at the upper grades, and we do use it for our bilingual students in first and second.
Okay. I'm sure he will be listening to the audio to get the answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any other questions or items to be pulled? Do we have a motion?
Move approval of action of consent agenda items 1, 2, 3, 5 through 10, and 12.
All right, we have a motion, Mr. Alvarado. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Alvarado, a second. Mr. Augustine Laredo. Do we have any further discussion? All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. All right, motion passes 6-0. All right, want to discuss item number 4?
Yeah, I have a question. How much was it for us to rent the Ford Center?
A lot less.
There was considerable reduction. It was just the availability.
The Ford Center is not available?
Not on our weekend. Not on our Saturday.
If we become a district of innovation, if that was to come forth, it would change and open up a broader opportunity for graduation ceremonies.
And we're also looking at adopting a 2-year calendar so we can get locked in much sooner.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Move approval of the rental of the Fertitta Center for graduation 2019.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Too late to put. No, but.
No, you can still ask
We don't
after
have
the
a
second.
second. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll second, but I got a question.
Okay, ask your question. Then we'll do the second.
What was the difference in cost?
About a third of the cost of, it's, the Ford Center was a third of the cost of this facility, but this is the facility we were at for 2 years prior to transferring to the Ford Center.
Right.
And I don't want to speak on behalf of the ILC who's considered it, whether we go east or whether we go west, but do you want to talk a little bit about the conversation?
Well, I can just tell you the cost was about $37,000 last year for the Ford Center. It'll be about $90,000 this year for Ford Center.
So since, I thought of something, I'm sorry. Because it's not available that Saturday, but some other districts rent or have graduations during the weekday.
But we have 3.
Well,
And you're talking about 3 different days of rental.
no. I work at a district where they have 1 day, 5 graduations. Well, no.
On
they
a
have
weekday.
Over 2 days on a weekday. I drive the bus for those, so.
What's wrong with Stallworth?
It's like a 60.
Stallworth is available.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be out there in that nice, beautiful day, Jessica.
Don't go there. I graduated on a football field. Thank you very
I
much.
did too.
Number 998 in my class. Thank you.
I did too.
Not
And I
right.
went to a lot of those graduations.
All right, we do have a motion. Any more questions? We're just waiting on a second. Okay, we have a second by Mr. My mind is blank. Howard Sampson. Thank you, Howard. It just was not there. I could see it. I apologize. I'm only 46. It's scary out here. All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, we have, that was 5, 4, 1 nay, 0 abstained. All right, number 11 we will do after we'll discuss in closed session. All right, next item is B, future board agenda items, board training, board meetings.
I have a topic, and I don't know which one it would go under. Back in the spring, when we had our orchestra discussion about the proposal of the consolidation proposal that we plan to try to give the orchestra, the schools, a chance to build their numbers. And at one time, there was a discussion about looking at weighted grade point averages for the advanced grade levels of the performing arts. So I was wondering, have we had any discussion at the ILC level regarding the possibility of awarding weighted credits, 3rd and 4th year performing arts students, and would it be possible to get some type of a recommendation so that we could possibly put it in next year for the incoming freshmen? I know we can't go backwards and do it, but this would be the time to start thinking about it if we're looking at making a change in the awarding of grade points.
So
and I know we had studied, gotten some information from other school districts that do that.
Yes.
So Christy Leaf, I think she just walked out. She is heading up that committee. They've had 3 meetings so far to discuss the changes in College Board, pre-AP, what language are we going to use. They've been collaborating with a lot of the neighboring districts. Our hopes were we would have had a recommendation for ILC, but there's a lot of discussion that goes with that. But they should have a recommendation. We'll get feedback from ILC, and then we would bring that to the board for any changes.
And I know we have all the way through the spring to do it, but just wanted to keep that on the front burner.
College Board made it interesting on all of their changes, so it kind of pushed us back a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
So the ILC does have the data that you're referencing, how many schools in the state of Texas do this and that sort of thing, the region. But there's, as Dr. Dorte said, there's a lot of healthy discussion on the pros and cons of weighted fine arts. So.
In fact, their next meeting is tomorrow.
But I think the request was, could we bring a report to the board? Do you anticipate a date? Not before the holiday break, but do you think?
Let's see how tomorrow goes, and then
Okay.
I'll let you all know.
Early spring, though, maybe? Okay.
Maybe an update in January on how close we are to.
We can do that.
Any other on the future board training or board meetings?
I just wanted to point out that's a fair question, Mr. Richard. We've had citizens call us directly and ask the same thing, so I'm sure you've heard from it as well.
Yes.
So, do we want to discuss our strategic planning workshop and I know we were talking about March. Have we now moved to summer?
Yeah, I think the administration recommended wait till summer, or requested, I guess.
But my understanding was from Dr. McGuire's response was that the application could be filed now.
Yeah, we can do the application.
And be recognized this summer for
Based
initiating
off the plan
for the work
that
that Dr.
submitted.
McGuire and Mr. Foxworth had already brought before the board over the last 6 months. So yes, I think we introduce ourselves to it this summer, or the application this summer, but the retreat can also be.
Okay, so the application process for this first strategic plan, I'm under the impression that that's a committee, and will it be the same, I guess, group that came up with the strategic plan to make the application for it? Because I know he was suggesting that, maybe some other people could be included. I would be interested in walking through that process as well, the application process. Because I know that gives us insight into the strategic plan and how it's put in place in the district. So is that the next step? Is that where we're going next?
We couldn't hear that head nodding.
And I don't have my glasses on. Okay, there we go.
And I'd be interested as well. Since we went to that training, that was.
Right, and that was what, going through that training is the application examination process, so actually working on an application, and then that just gives a better insight into how the plan works and can work, and any tweaks that it might need.
All right, any other items under the future board agenda items? Or board training, board meetings?
I think Ms. Garcia has it on your calendar already for the spring, the board training, the national NASB training. Yep. It'll be in the spring.
So, okay.
Our January board meeting is scheduled for what day?
The 7th.
Okay.
Might I go ahead and advise the board for January School Board Appreciation Month? School is out that day, so we will not have a house full of students expressing their gratitude to you because of our calendar. Just wanted to let everyone know that we'll have a light attendance that night.
That's it, February. First week.
What day is January?
I'm sure we'll have a work that.
What is January 6th?
I don't have my phone.
I won't be here the first Monday. First Monday in January.
Can't be the first Monday.
The 4th.
No, it is. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Going to the next item, closed meeting.
Yeah.
All right. The board will now recess in a closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code Section 551.071, .072, 073, 074, 075, 076, 082, 083, 084, 087. No action will be taken while the board is in closed session. The time is 7:54. Bless you. All right, no voting took place in closed session. Next item on our agenda is E, consideration of personnel.
Administration recommends at this time that the board consider and approve elections as presented.
Do we have any questions, discussion? Do we have a motion?
Move approval. Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Albert Shore, a second Mr. Augustine Laredo. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0.
The administration recommends that the board consider and approve resignations and retirements as presented.
We have any discussion?
We did election.
Did elections.
We hired first.
That was election hiring, and now we're resigning.
Do we have any discussion, or do we have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Augustine Laredo, second Mr. Ben Poppy. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0.
Administration recommends the following administrative elections. Assistant Principal at Goose Creek Memorial High School, Amanda James.
Do we have any discussion or a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Woods, a second by Mr. Sampson. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, motion passes 6-0.
Another administrative recommendation is Coordinator for Campus Special Education Services, Courtney Mixon.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to.
We have a motion by Mr. Sampson. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, Mr. Alvershard. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Next item is adjournment. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
That's most I've gotten out of everybody one time.
Okay.
All right, we have a first, second, and probably a third or fourth in there. All adjourn the meeting. Right hand. All right. Meeting closed, 9:22.